It's a good day to play the Talos Principle. Welcome to episode 7, I believe, of the Talos Principle 2. Last episode, we completed all of the numbered puzzles in World 3, in E3, in East 3. So I think what we now want to do is find the 2 lost puzzles, find the lost lab, complete the 2 stars, and launch the laser. So, yeah. We do have a diagram. This one. So we need to find a massive statue and the X between those. But also, we need to pass on a green laser to this connection. So let's follow this and see if we can pass on a connection to that. Looks like it's up there. Now, how do we get a green there? Okay, so there's another connection there. Let's follow that instead. This goes to here. Okay, so probably from this level we need to send a green to this. Okay, it's right there. Have a green. Goes on to level 6, I believe. It goes right to here. From that, we have to send it from that side into there. So we need to see both. So like that. Awesome. So that's 1 star down. Now we need to find the giant statue.
False idols are worshipped not because they are idols, but because they are false. True idols are rejected because the truth is feared.
There's a question mark in here. If there's here.
The rotting remains of the old world should fill me with melancholy. Even here on this remote island, our ancestors could not escape their fate. And yet, I find there is something pathetic about these ruins that evokes anger and even contempt. I feel it is a mistake to accept this catastrophe with equanimity. What we see here should offend us. When witnessing this triumph of entropy, we should aspire to a warrior spirit, even a kind of hate of the past and its failures that will never allow such a thing to happen again.
A type of playing ground equipment in the form of a pachyderm called an elephant. Elephants survived the extinction of biological humanity and appear to be thriving in certain parts of the world. Alright. That's the Sphinx. Where we need to find the statue. A child playing in the playground. Right on.
Let us consider the city. What is a city? It is not a gift from the gods, nor the product of nature. Unlike a mountain or a river, it is something that must be built through the deliberate arrangements of material by a mind imposing order on the world. And it is built to serve a purpose. To that end, it has roads and fountains and walls. And to the same end, it has laws and leaders. And though each city is built according to a different plan, all cities must serve their purpose, or they will fall and become ruins. Therefore, we may conclude that a city is also a kind of machine, constructed to improve the life of its citizens.
Okay. So we have a massive person.
Just when I thought we'd found all the weird stuff.
Success. Miranda. It worked. I made a statue. Well, it half worked. The design wasn't balanced, so it fell over and broke. It was very dramatic. But the good news is that it all works in principle. Imagine what we could do using stone, part of the environment, Miranda.
So, humanity is great. I really believe that. And that's why I'm here. But I have to be honest with you, individual people, not always my favorite. I'm not the smartest guy ever, and I know that. But there are some people, man, some people are just so dumb. I don't even know if they're actually conscious. Sometimes I think their whole lives might be like a dream. They're just stumbling around, no idea what's going on, mumbling some random nonsense. And the thing you have to understand about our time period is that a lot of these people wield enormous power. They run whole countries and corporations. Yeah, that's right. We've handed over our civilization to people I wouldn't trust to tie their own shoelaces. And if they're dumb, then what are we? I don't honestly have an answer to that, so just please try to do better.
Yeah. Sometimes you cannot choose your leader, even though it was democratically agreed upon. But yeah, we have the statue, we have that thing in the background, looks like we have that structure as well. So it should be somewhere on the left of the structure. Behind the D. Somewhere in here. Okay, here. Okay, so yeah, right there. That's our star. And then we can explore the 3 final question marks, I believe. Yeah. So that's going to be the 2 puzzles and the laboratory.
The wheel turns, but without the road, it cannot move.
Transposition. We have a jammer as well. Okay, this will not be possible. So this is useless for now. We need to connect a red and a blue. Yeah, a red and a blue at the same time. So I think somehow I can do this. this one outside. Now, once I have this, I don't think I need this at all. I don't think. Through here, it should be possible to just reverse those. If needed. Because here we just need a blue. And here we can send in that blue to form a red. Yeah. Alright.
Every site we've investigated has had one of these labs, but they seem primitive compared to some of the technology we're seeing above ground.
Are we even sure that the labs and the puzzles belong to the same people?
There seems to be a connection between the experimental setups in the labs and some of the puzzle technology.
Correlation does not necessarily imply causation, though.
True. But just because we don't understand the connection, that doesn't mean it's not there. What we have here is two things that reflect each other. We just don't understand how that reflection works or what causes it.
Maybe Miranda can tell us.
Oh. Well, we have like anti-gravity. The end draft. Olufemi Kaneda. After a lifetime dedicated to the written word, I'm faced with a task I could never have expected. Writing an epitaph, not only for myself, but for my species. In the unlikely event that Alexander Drennan is successful, and one day someone reads this, what meaningful insights can I share into this strange phenomenon that is humanity? I spent days thinking about it, but now I'm running out of time. So I'll set down the one thought that I simply can't shake. It didn't have to be this way. With more time, we could have found a cure. With a few political victories, we could have been prepared. Change any factor, even by a little, and we would have made it. This isn't divine punishment, it's just dumb luck. I'm reaching for something here, but I don't know what it is. Forgiveness? Grace? Acceptance? No. I hate the idea of accepting this. Hope, maybe? I feel like this story is unfinished. Maybe it should be. No epitaphs for humanity. I pray Drennan is right. It didn't have to be this way, and yet it was. Charon. Lord Dunsany. From 51 Tales by Lord Dunsany. Charon leaned forward and rode. All things were one with his weariness. It was not with him a matter of years or of centuries, but of wide floods of time. And an old heaviness and a pain in the arms that had become for him part of the scheme that the gods had made, and was of a piece with eternity. If the gods had even sent him a contrary wind, would have divided all time in his memory into two equal slabs. So grey were all things, always where he was, that if any radiance lingered for a moment among the dead, on the face of such a queen perhaps as Cleopatra, his eyes could not have perceived it. It was strange that the dead nowadays were coming in such numbers. They were coming in thousands, where they used to come in 50s. It was neither Charon's duty nor his wont to ponder in his grey soul why these things might be. Charon leaned forward and rode. Then no one came for a while. It was not usual for the gods to send no one down from Earth for such a space. The gods knew best. Then one man came alone, and the little shade sat shivering on a lonely bench, and the great boat pushed off. Only one passenger. The gods knew best. And great and weary Charon rode on and on beside the little silent shivering coast. And the sound of the river was like a mighty sigh that Grave in the beginning had sighed among her sisters, and that could not die like the echoes of human sorrow, failing on earthly hills, but was as old as time and the pain in Charon's arms. Then the boat from the slow, grey river loomed up to the coast of Dis, and the little silent shade, still shivering, stepped ashore, and Charon turned the boat to go wearily back to the world. Then the little shadow spoke, that had been a man. "I am the last," he said. No one had ever made Charon smile before. No one before had ever made him weep. There's an obvious and perhaps intended interpretation that this is the end of humanity, and the last shadow is the last human to live. But another interpretation is equally possible, that humanity has achieved immortality, and the last shadow is the last human to die. I prefer the latter. Yeah, a sad story about the ferryman. Noema Project 4. Version 8 unsuccessful. Same problem as with Trial 108. Repeated all calculations, same result. Weird. 804 to 891. Experiment modified to gain further insights into unexpected error. Inconsistent results. 892 to 937. Simultaneous trials affecting each other via unknown mechanism. What is going on here? I don't think there's another terminal in here, or another door that would lead us elsewhere. Or maybe there is and I'm just missing it. Yeah, I don't think so. To complete the last puzzle and then go into the tower. This is the last unknown. Pre-connected. Alright. We need a red. We will have a blue. Okay. Bit more complicated, but we did it. I believe that's everything from this. So let's go back to the bridge. Go up this monument. Have we found the golden gate? Don't think we have. But it's gonna be somewhere. This should tell us. Okay. Cannot see it on the minimap. Let's find it first. Oh, you're good.
I can't stop thinking about Miranda. A new person not born in New Jerusalem? Can you imagine that? I wonder what it's like to be her.
Probably lonely. She's all alone.
I suppose that depends on how many other people were here, but you might be right. This place is huge, but it feels empty.
I wanted to ask you about something else. What do you make of these labs?
They're very different from the rest of these structures in that they serve a clear purpose. Everything else is kind of surreal, but the labs are places where people lived and worked. I don't know what that means, but I think it means something.
That's all. Okay, where are the golden gates? So that we may later find them. Back. Where is it? Is it down here? We'll find it eventually. So maybe we don't need to trouble ourselves with that. I'd like to know their location. This we'll see once we come back. Yeah, we'll see. there then.
When the craftsman Daedalus was imprisoned in the very labyrinth he had created, his only solace was his son, Icarus. To escape their plight, he fashioned wings of feathers and wax. He warned his son to fly neither too high nor too low, but his son, enraptured by the freedom of flight, flew too close to the sun. Thus the wax in his wings melted, and he fell to his death. What was the sun's error?
I think it was carelessness and impatience and everything together, except for lawlessness. Idiocy as well. That's kind of the obvious. But yeah, idiocy. The wings were made from wax. I mean, come on.
The greatest fool is he who cannot tell the words of a story apart from their meaning. After the death of his son, Daedalus withdrew in sorrow to a foreign land. King Minos came looking for the craftsman to exact his revenge. The answer to a riddle revealed where Daedalus dwelled, but for Minos, that answer was his ruin. Consider King Minos, burned in his bath, as you seek your own answer.
The megastructure, it's opening.
3 receivers, 3 towers, 3 beams, as we suspected. I think this is an invitation.
Doesn't look that inviting to me.
If you consider the size of the entire structure, then that opening must be big enough to drive a building through.
Or the VTOL.
You want us to go in there, into the creepy triangular maw of death?
Maw of death? I think it looks charming.
If this place is dangerous, it could pose a threat to New Jerusalem. We have to investigate.
Oh, all right. I'm not winning this, am I?
Nope. Let's meet up with the VTOL, everybody. We're going in.
Alright then. That was it for this world. I believe we do have everything. Yeah, except for the golden puzzle. Yeah. Let's go back to the VTOL and explore what the megastructure has to offer.
By the way, I finished my analysis of the particle clouds. At first I thought they might be some kind of nanotechnology, but I was wrong. It's a lot worse than that. What we're looking at is a completely unknown type and state of matter. Completely inexplicable within our understanding of physics. Created and manipulated by someone.
Fascinating.
Alright. Well, I think I will leave this expedition into the megastructure for the next episode. So, thank you very much for watching this
Come on,
episode.
people, get on board. We haven't got all day.
Yeah, Byron. thank you very much for watching this episode. Consider dropping a like if you like this video, or a comment if you would like to tell me anything that I could do differently. But yeah, and consider subscribing if you want to see when the next episode comes up. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next episode where we enter the megastructure. Bye for now.